Alright, let's dive into this, because it's a topic that's got the Marvel fandom buzzing. Sadie Sink's recent comments about the X-Men reboot and her role as Jean Grey. Personally, I think what makes this really interesting is how Marvel's handling the secrecy around casting, especially with someone like Sink, who's already a big name in the MCU. Here's the thing, she's playing a character with telepathic abilities, yet she's being kept in the dark about who's playing Cyclops. If you take a step back and think about it, that's kind of ironic, right? The woman who can read minds doesn't even know who her on-screen love interest is going to be. What this really suggests is that Marvel's taking a page from the Stranger Things playbook, keeping things tightly under wraps to build hype. And let's be honest, it's working. Now, let's talk about the Cyclops casting rumors. Kit Connor's name has been floating around, and while Sink plays it cool, saying she's hearing about it through the director, Jake Schreier, I can't help but wonder how much she actually knows. What many people don't realize is that actors often sign NDAs that prevent them from confirming or denying rumors, even if they're true. So, when she says, "I just never know what's official," it's probably a carefully worded response. From my perspective, this level of secrecy is a double-edged sword. On one hand, it keeps the audience guessing and engaged. On the other, it can feel a bit manipulative, like Marvel's playing a game with its fans. But hey, it's Marvel. They've mastered the art of the tease. One thing that immediately stands out is Sink's enthusiasm for the project. She's clearly excited about the timing and the way Marvel's introducing the X-Men through Spider-Man, Brand New Day. This raises a deeper question. Why start with Jean Grey in a Spider-Man movie? In my opinion, it's a strategic move to test the waters. Jean's a powerhouse character, and by introducing her in a Spider-Man film, Marvel can gauge audience reaction without committing to a full X-Men reboot just yet. It's a low-risk, high-reward strategy, and I think it's genius. What this really suggests is that Marvel's playing the long game, carefully planning how to integrate mutants into the MCU without overwhelming fans. Now, let's talk about the broader implications. With Stranger Things ending, Sink's schedule is opening up, and she's diving into projects like The Marriage Plot. This transition is fascinating because it shows how actors like her are becoming the bridge between major franchises. Personally, I think this is a smart career move for her. By jumping into the MCU, she's securing her place in the biggest franchise in the world while also exploring more indie-style projects. It's a balance that not many actors get right, but Sink seems to be handling it with grace. Finally, let's address the elephant in the room, the casting of Emma Frost. Samara Weaving being offered the role is a big deal, but it's interesting that Sink doesn't mention it. A detail I find fascinating is how Marvel's keeping these characters separate in the public eye, even though they're part of the same universe. It's like they're building a puzzle, and we only get to see one piece at a time. What this really suggests is that the X-Men reboot is going to be a slow burn, with Marvel drip-feeding us information to keep us hooked. And honestly, I'm here for it. So, here's my closing thought. Marvel's approach to the X-Men reboot is a masterclass in controlled chaos. They're keeping actors in the dark, fueling rumors, and strategically introducing characters, all while maintaining an air of mystery. It's a risky strategy, but if anyone can pull it off, it's Marvel. What makes this really interesting is how it reflects the larger trend of franchise storytelling in Hollywood. It's not just about the movies anymore, it's about the experience, the speculation, the community. And in that sense, Marvel's not just making films, they're creating a cultural phenomenon. What do you guys think? Are you excited for the X-Men reboot, or is all this secrecy driving you crazy? Let me know in the comments below.